What is up? Welcome back to another Power Rankings video. Yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. At number 30, this might be a little controversy, but leave them there for 1 week, because even though they did win both series, they beat the Astros and they beat the Rays. I can't really just move them up after one good week. Like, this team is still, in my opinion, the worst team in the league. Number 29, making a case, though. I think they were number 30 a few weeks ago. Giants. 1-2 against Washington. This should have been 0-3 against Washington. Washington blew like an 8-1 lead or 9-1 lead. In the 8th inning, they lost 11-10. And then they went 1-2 against the struggling Chicago Cubs. No, this team is still horrendous. Number 28, making a case for the worst team in the American League, and that is the Kansas City Royals. So they went 1-2 against Texas, 1-2 against Houston. The two Texas teams played them in Kansas City, though. Yeah, so not good. The Royals suck. Yeah. Number 27, it's these guys, the Colorado Rockies. 2-1 against the Cubs. That's good. 2-1, 1-2 against the Athletics. Scoring a bunch of runs yesterday. A couple close games in there. Rockies just hanging in there. Not the worst team, I don't think, anymore, because I think they're beating the Cubs right now again. That's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, number 26, we got the New York Mets. Yes, I know they went 2-1 against Atlanta. I don't care. And they went 1-2 against St. Louis at the beginning of the week. It's a 500 week. And they got destroyed 12-0 by the Reds today. Like, you can't do that. But yeah, number 25, I'll keep them in the bottom row, because they went 1-2 against Detroit. And then over the weekend, they lost a series against, I don't know why I'm blanking again. I know they lost the series. Fuck. I can't figure it out. My bad for spring. But I can't figure it out. Oh, wait. They went 2-1 against St. Louis. My bad. They didn't lose the series. Still keeping them bottom row, though. Number 24. I'll just keep them there for another week. They went 2-1 against Minnesota. 0-2 against Cleveland. Both the games were 1- and 2-run games. Skubal is back. They beat Houston today, I think, 8-3 or 9-3 or something. Last I checked, they were up like 8-3. Yeah. So I think that they're going to start to climb up the board, climb up the rankings, maybe get to around 12. I think they could still make the playoffs for sure. If this team starts to get hot, they don't, and if Skubal is on a roll, this team probably won't lose a game all week. And if this team is just clicking, they won't lose a game all week. Number 23, just mentioned them, the Cincinnati Reds. 1-2 against the Padres, who were struggling, and 1-2 against Arizona. The Reds just falling further and further back in the division. I mean, they are only a few games out of fourth because the Cubs have been so bad lately. It's still, like, it's not going to be just one time that a team is just behind you and you just expect to be above them. Number 22, Boston Red Sox. 0-3 against the Rays. 2-1 against Texas. Almost flipped the script with the sweep against Texas, but they didn't. Red Sox just, I think they're 30-39 or 30-40 or something. Yeah, you don't want to be there. I know, as an Orioles fan from last year. Number 21, Houston Astros. 2-1 against Kansas City. And at the beginning of the week, they lost to the Angels. So 500 week for I don't know, 500 team. Next up is the Chicago Cubs at number 20. Yeah, I have them this low. I think at one point they were number 3, maybe even number 2 on the board. Yeah, they're falling down the list harder than ever. So they went 1-2 against Colorado. Yeah. 2-1 against San Francisco. I don't care if they won the series against San Fran. You lost to the Rockies. And, like, pretty bad, too. The only reason why you won in the last game is because you had a grand slam. This team is playing horrendous. They're losing to Colorado today. Actually, I think. It's 4-3 right now in the 8th inning. Maybe the 9th inning now. I don't know. But, yeah. You can't do that. Next up, number 19. Dropped them a little bit. Pittsburgh Pirates. 1-2 against the Marlins. At the beginning of the week, they lost to the Dodgers. So, losing week. They're exactly 500 right now. So, yeah. Number 18. I finally, I know that they had tough opponents this week. Number 18, I've got the Orioles moved down a few spots. It's not because of the way they played. It's just because of other teams playing better than them. 2-2 against Seattle. Big series. 1-2 against San Diego. A struggling San Diego team. And you lose the series. They have another series against Seattle this week. And then they play the Dodgers. They need to make a statement this week. Number 17. Same thing like the Orioles. The Blue Jays. I've seen a lot of people have them in the top 10. They're not a top 10 team right now. They're not even a top 15 team, like I said right here. Because 1-2 against the Yankees. Yeah. Beginning of the week, they won the series. Or did they? I forget. Pretty sure they lost the series. Yeah, they lost the series to Philadelphia. So, yeah, this is the right spot for them. Number 16, right as I drop them, they just turn around and come back. The Athletics. 2-1 against Milwaukee, big series. 2-1 against Colorado, taking care of business. Lacking the sweep. Maybe they don't have the depth of rotation to pull sweeps off. But, as we saw yesterday, they don't have the depth. The 23-9 loss to Colorado. I mean, they were playing in that Las Vegas ballpark. But their offense put up a bunch of runs. Their pitching was horrendous. Number 15. Man, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year, the Nationals on June 15th would be 36 or 37 and 35. And like only a game out of the playoff spot or whatever it is, they might actually be in one. I would have laughed in your face. Yeah, but this team's playing great. 2-1 against Seattle. Who saw that coming? At the beginning of the week, they went. I know they beat. I think they beat. I forget who they beat. I think they beat the. I forget. Oh, they beat San Fran. Yeah. Next up, number 14, probably the biggest climber of the last week. I think they were bottom row 2 weeks ago. Now they're top half of the board and right now I have them as my 8th National League team. They're 9-1 their last 10 games. Like this team's playing great ball at the right time. Like sweeping Arizona and going 2-1 against Pittsburgh, 2 teams you need to beat. And they did. Yeah, we saw it last week, too, when they went 2-1 against Tampa Bay, and then they swept Washington. Like, these teams that they're playing in a row, they're beaten. Like, they need to. So that's good for Miami. I'm happy that they're doing good. Next up, number 13, is the Diamondbacks. We just mentioned them. 0-3 against the Marlins, as we mentioned. And then they went 2-1 against the Reds. That's the only reason why they're above Miami. If they would have lost yesterday, Miami would be ahead of them right now. Number 12, holding on by a thread. Texas. They're not in a playoff spot anymore. Yeah, but Texas 1-2 against Boston, 2-1 against Kansas City. Just 500. I think I moved them up too much last week. Next up, San Diego Padres. 2-1 against Cincinnati, 2-1 against Baltimore. Just 4-2 week against two teams you need to beat. They did. So, yeah. Number 10. You probably can't see it. Cleveland Guardians. 0-3 against the Yankees. 2-0 against Detroit. Again, they're barely hanging on to the division lead right now. Number 9. Tampa Bay Rays. I think I moved them down too much last week. I had them at 12. I mean, I just don't think this team is very good. Like, we saw it. I know they swept the Red Sox, but then they went 1-2 against the Angels, the worst team in baseball. You can't be doing that. Number 8. If you would have told me before this year, or even at the end of April, that this team would be top 10, no less 8th on the rankings, I would have told you that you are the most insane person on this earth. The Chicago White Sox. They deserve it, unfortunately. I don't like them at all. You saw the ranking video. I had them in 4th place. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have put Kansas City above them. Yeah. 2-0 against the Braves. 2-1 against the Dodgers. The games they won against the Braves, yeah, I know they were 1 run. And the Braves blew 4-0 lead. And then the last game, they just outpitched the Braves. The Dodgers series was domination, the 2 games they won. The 1 game they lost, they almost got perfect game. But, like, it's, like, whatever. You beat the 2 best teams. Bro, I swear, if they go on, like, a 10-game losing streak now, I'm going to just... I just don't know anymore. I have to put them there. Number 7. Yes, I still do have the Mariners here. I don't care what you say. 2-2 against Baltimore. 1-2 against Washington. I don't care what you say. They're a top row team. Next up, we have number 6, the St. Louis Cardinals. 2-1 against the Mets. 1-2 against Minnesota. The one bad week is, one okay week is not going to define what the Cardinals have done this year. This team is still very good, in my opinion. Number 5, Phillies. 2-1 against Toronto. 1-2 against Milwaukee. 500 week for playoff caliber team. Number 4, Yankees. 3-0 against Cleveland. 2-1 against Toronto. Another week of just domination from the Yankees, proving that they're the best team in the American League. Number 3, Milwaukee. 1-2 against the Athletics. 2-1 against Philly. You would have thought those series would have been swapped. Nope. Number 2, I'm just going to put the Dodgers 2 because the Braves have beat them this year. I'll just throw them up at once. They both lost to the White Sox. 0-2 for Atlanta against the White Sox. I know that the Dodgers went 1-2 against the White Sox. In the beginning of the week, they went 2-1 against Pittsburgh. And the Braves lost to the Mets 1-2. Like, these two teams are separated by like a game. You can flip-flop them. I don't care. With that being said, thank you all for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. We're trying to reach 450 subs by the end of the month. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.